This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever produced in the history of television. So,
sit back,
relax,
and enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome to our newly founded weekly webcast. I'm Ross Parham.
And I'm Sarah Conley.
This first week of April, we're talking about the important issues facing Walpole High School and our society. We first start out with a controversial topic of a certain breast cancer foundation.
The Susan G. Komen Foundation, well known for advocating for breast cancer, has recently been the center of controversy. The foundation tries to trademark the famous pink ribbon and the words, "For the Cure." Any charity using these trademarks is being sued by the Susan G. Komen Foundation. We went out on the street to inform citizens of what is going on within these charities. Needless to say, people were shocked. Goes that you donate?
No, I don't really.
Did you know that the Susan G. Komen Foundation pays their CEO $500,000 a year?
No, not at all.
And their CEO is getting paid $500,000 a year for this nonprofit organization.
And that's disconcerting.
Something also upsetting is that they spend millions of dollars on legal fees so that other foundations using the words "for the cure" aren't allowed to use them anymore.
That's upsetting, and it's definitely something I will look into.
The foundation has since come out with a statement saying that the foundation has never sued other charities or put another nonprofit out of business, nor do they intend to. However, their actions speak louder than words. Many supporting charities and people are disgusted by what the foundation has turned into, and they no longer support Susan G. Komen. The foundation is slowly but surely going down in flames.
Welcome back. Social networking sites have recently affected our society in many ways. These sites do not only allow friends and family to connect with each other, but they also allow society to connect from anywhere across the world. One of the biggest websites, Facebook, has had a huge impact on the Egyptian revolution.
Over the course of several years, social networking sites have affected society in many ways. Sites like Facebook, Twitter, Google, and Formspring have had a great impact on people in society, as well as countries themselves. Social networking sites have not only changed how we communicate, but also how we receive news. We asked students, parents, and teachers about their views on how social networking affects society today.
I think it's exposed people's private lives. A lot of stuff gets onto the Facebook. It gets onto into different things that normally people wouldn't want to have out there. But at the same time, it certainly has, I guess, a purpose because it allows people to connect and reconnect. So I don't use it myself. I don't Twitter and all that. But, you know, I know that from my own kids that they have Facebook and things of that nature. So.
Yeah, I think it's probably overblown right now.
I'm probably outside the norm, but I haven't bought into this whole Facebook thing. I actually think it's kind of a waste of time, to be honest with you.
Do you think social networking affects our society in a better or worse way today?
Yeah, I think it has. It depends what people are using it for. I think that's really where the determination is, whether it's effective or it's ineffective, whether it's damaging or whether it's a good process. So again, it gets back to what your intent is with Facebook or the social network.
This winter has been one of the most memorable winters in Massachusetts history. With frequent snowstorms and large amounts of snow, Phil Conway went out to see just how large of an impact the snow had.
Comes now the big hand.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. Ten Below. Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch.
This year, total snowfall has already eclipsed what was expected, with an average annual snowfall of 43.3 inches in most of Massachusetts, and places such as Worcester seeing as much as 49 inches as of January 28, 2011. It seems the bitter cold and heavy snowfall will never end. With rising temperatures throughout the state, the people of Massachusetts have now been left to wait for the snow to melt and for the warm weather to finally arrive.
Welcome back, guys. This year, Walpole High School decided to do something new, a faculty talent show. This first ever glimpse of faculty talent featured acts from Mr. Imbush, Mr. Connor, Ms. Milne, Ms. Fryer, and many more. There was a huge turnout and it was a great success. Enjoy.
Lieutenant Colonel Tom Stewart visited Walpole High School to talk about life in the National Guard. Students John Griffin and Jen McDonald sat down with him afterwards.
Thank Colonel Stewart for being here today to answer some questions for us. Colonel Stewart, what's one thing that you want Walpole students to take away from this experience?
One thing that I would like Walpole students to take away from this experience is, I think it's how I concluded today's presentation. After showing what life is like in some countries around the world, specifically Afghanistan, some of their struggles for security and for just infrastructure that we take for granted because it's always there, like sewage, electricity, the fact that we can go to the supermarket anytime we want and they can't. So I think the point is, the message I would like to Walpole students to take away is appreciation for the country that they were graced to be born in.
What's one thing that you think that Walpole students can do specifically to kind of help with your mission?
The friends and family of the 182nd Infantry. It's called FF 182, and it's led by Brian Connor and Helen Connor. And the students of Walpole High School have established themselves as taking the initiative with FF 182, and y'all were very, very willing to step up to support us by everything from supporting our soldiers while we're overseas by bringing a little bit of our home to us through letters, through some of the things that we're missing wherever our bases are over there. Some of our soldiers over there in the 182nd Infantry will be operating in some austere environments. Some of them will have better built-up bases and we'll be able to get some of the things we need. But Walpole seems to be on board with sending soldiers what they're looking for, as well as getting involved in the humanitarian assistance aspect of our mission, which is helping the Afghan people. When we go on patrols through Afghan villages, we want to be able to bring soccer balls, volleyballs, school supplies that we may take for granted, but they don't have pens and pencils, backpacks. If we can come up with that material for them while we're over there to distribute, that would help out in a really big way. And it's interesting, when you think about sending pencils, with that comes the pencil sharpeners. So there's so many things that you just don't think of that we think of when we're over there. And if we can get you that word back through FF 182, then you would be helping out the humanitarian assistance of what's going on in Afghanistan. You'd be involved in helping out in counterinsurgency operations.
And thanks for joining us on this week's webisode. I'm Ross Parham.
And I'm Sarah Conley.
This week's webisode is focused on the upcoming sports schedule for the week. What's going on today, Sarah?
Well, Ross, girls softball kicks off the season taking on Foxborough at home, and the boys lacrosse team plays Franklin High School in their season opener. What's on tap for Tuesday?
Well, Tuesday's going to be a big one, Sarah. The track team takes on arch rival Norwood, while the baseball team takes on Mansfield High School. On Wednesday, the girls lacrosse team has their season opener versus Framingham.
Sounds exciting, Ross. Thursday, girls tennis takes on Ursuline Academy at home. Now over to you, Ross, with Friday's lineup.
Friday, the boys and girls tennis teams both play Weymouth High School, while the girls lacrosse team takes on Needham under the lights.
Sounds like an exciting week to start off the spring sports season.
We'll be back with more scores, upcoming games, and other news. Until next time, I'm Ross Parham.
And I'm Sarah Conley.
Have a good day.
No. It's been a great show. We're sorry that it's through. Goodbye is such a sad word. So let's just say adieu. Now it's time for me to go. I just want to say it's been a great. I love you all. I really do. Great. Good night. God bless. Have a safe journey. Show.